Warm-ups are finished. It's time to get this one underway. Right on time, top of the hour at 6 o'clock. 7-inning contest to decide the sectional title and advance to the regional. And it's going to be Leo's Nolan Butcher who will start things off. 405 average on the season, had a couple of hits Saturday. And the windup, the first pitch of the game, fastball on the outside corner. That's strike one. 0-1 on Butcher. Outfield straight away. Third baseman plays in on the edge of the grass. And the 0-1 pitch. Fastball that tails off the plate, high and outside. 1-1 on Nolan Butcher. It's Butcher, Robison, and McDonald here in the first. The windup and the 1-1. That's a little high, and it's 2-1. You got to think a little extra adrenaline for Lucas Collins, a hard-throwing left-handed pitcher. Gets his sign, and the 2-1 on its way. And that's fouled out of play on the first base side. Butcher, a right-handed batter. Butcher, the son of St. Francis's baseball coach. Sophomore, utility player, plays about anywhere, and the 2-2 is up high, and it's gone the distance on the first hitter of the game. 3-2 for Butcher. Almost every miss for Collins, high and outside with that fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the windup and the pitch, and a check swing that goes off the bat and rolls toward the first base dugout. A check swing from Butcher. Count stays 3-2. The look in for the sign and the full windup, the payoff. In the air, right field. Wynn carrying it, but calling for it with plenty of room. Houston Ellinger, he'll make the catch, one away in the top of the first inning. So with one out, the base is empty. It is left fielder Alex Robison for the Leo Lions. .315 hitter. He's got 5 extra base hits, 4 of them doubles, 1 a home run. Right-handed hitter against the southpaw, and Collins brings it. And a breaking ball stays high. 1-0. Luke McDonald, Saturday's hero, is in the on-deck circle. Robinson waits, and the 1-0. Fastball, that's high and outside. 2-0. A lot of misses up and away. Gets his sign. Smooth windup, and the pitch again high and outside, and it's 3-0 on Robinson. Again, down at third, Braxton Burmis at the edge of the grass. Rest of the infield straight away. 3-0 pitch taking all the way, and that's too high, and it's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Robinson, and we have our first base runner. 1 out. Robinson at first, and here is Luke McDonald. The 3-4 hitters for Leo, both left-handed sticks against the southpaw, Lucas Collins. Outfield deep, playing him to pull. The stretch. Long look over to first, and the pitch to McDonald. That's up and in. And on the left-handed hitter, that's the same spot. He's been missing almost all games so far. We're in the top of the first, 1 out. Runner at first for number 3 hitter Luke McDonald for the Leo Lions. The stretch for Collins. And the 1-0. That is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Looked like McDonald was content to take a strike. Again, the pitch count could be important. 1-1 for McDonald. And a throw to first. Easily diving back is Robinson. I think the umpire's having a word with K.C. Piper, the first baseman for the Saints. He kind of swiped that tag fairly hard off the helmet of Robison. 1 ball, 1 strike. The set and the pitch. Breaking ball, buckled up the knees for a called strike, and it's 1-2. And now maybe Collins starting to find his groove a little bit. A fly out and a walk to start things, top of the first for Leo. And now McDonald with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The pitch, high and inside. Just not finishing that pitch. Everything is up and in on the lefty or high and outside on the righty. Counts even 2-2. The stretch. The 2-2. In the air, left center. Drifting over is the left fielder. The center fielder will call him off, but the ball will bounce and land safely in left center. And the runners all move up 90 feet with Robison heading to second. McDonald a single. Just kind of dropped it into shallow left center, and nobody could get to it. The center fielder, Paul Baumgartner, was playing him to pull, and the left fielder a little bit of a slow jump on it. So it's McDonald at first. Robison has advanced to second. 2 on, 1 out for Landon Ruoff. The wind is blowing out. This guy already has 7 homers, and he doesn't need a whole lot of wind to help him. Pitch is high on a fastball, 1-0. Ruoff, a big fella at 6'5", 210 pounds. And we're going to have a visit on the mound from the Bishop Dwenger pitching coach, who comes out to have a talk with Collins. Everything he's missing has been pretty much upstairs, and much of it off to the arm side of home plate. Leo trying to get on top. These two teams did meet during the regular season. It came back on April 30th when Bishop Dwenger claimed a 9-3 win over the Leo Lions, one of just 5 games that Leo dropped this season. Both teams pitching their ace. Tonight's championship game of the Garrett 3A Sectional. So the conference is done, and we're ready to go. Stepping back into the batter's box, cleanup hitter Landon Ruoff, who's also the Lions starting pitcher. Collins will go to the stretch, check the runners at first and second, and brings the 1-0. And that's chopped foul just wide of the first base foul line. Little tapper that went about 30 feet. That evens up the count 1-1. Robison, who walked, is taking his lead off second. McDonald, a base hit, leads off first. 1-1 count, 1 out. We're in the top of the first. And the pitch. That's a little high, and it's 2-1. Beautiful day for baseball here at Garrett. 80 degrees, sunshine. The 2-1 pitch. That's outside, 3-1. Collins struggling to find his control here in the top of the first. Already has walked 1. Now he's 3-1 on a big-time cleanup hitter. A 400 average with 13 doubles, a triple, and 7 home runs. He has knocked in an amazing 52 runs in 27 games. The pitch. It's outside. Nope, it's caught the corner. on the outside edge, and that runs it full for Ruoff. Lefty-lefty matchup. Collins on the bump, Ruoff in the batter's box on the left side. And the payoff pitch. And it's a called strike 3. And back-to-back generous outside corners rung up. And Ruoff sits down. Now that's going to be a pitcher that takes note of those two pitches when he goes out there and takes the hill in the bottom of the first. Second out of the inning. And another strikeout added to the total this year for Lucas Collins. Now 78 in 45 and a third innings. 2 outs, 2 on, and it is Patrick Drudy. Right-handed hitter, and the first pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Collins ahead of Drudy. A .423 batting average. Couple of doubles, no triples, no homers. 18 runs batted in. The set, the pitch. On the outside corner. Another called strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Scoreless, top of the first. The stretch for Collins. And the pitch. And that missed somewhere. Maybe just a tad high, but that was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Showed him the high heater. See what he comes back with a 1-2 count. The stretch, the 1-2. It's outside. Evens up 2-2 on Drudy. Drudy, the Lions catcher. Top batting average in the lineup at .423. Leo in their all gray uniforms, purple letters and numbers. And the 2-2 pitch on its way. Called strike 3 at the letters. Ring him up. Back to back, caught looking. And the 2 strikeouts. Quiets. A little rally for Leo in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, and a couple of runners left to the bottom half of inning number 1 in the 3A Sectional Championship game. We are scoreless on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. A little bit of a tough start in the top of the first inning for Lucas Collins, but once he got a visit from the pitching coach, seemed to settle things down. So we are scoreless as the Saints come to bat in the bottom of the first, checking the Leo defense. In the outfield, left to right, Kellen Holbert, Alex Robinson, and Ethan Drudy. The infield, third to first, Nolan Butcher, Luke McDonald, Dominic Renneker, and Caden Dahl. You've got Patrick Drudy behind the plate, and the first pitch from Landon Ruoff, the big right-hander, to Braden Acquire, is a curveball that curves off the plate outside, ball 1. Wasting no time, Ruoff winds and delivers. The fastball paints the black on the outer edge, and it evens up the count, 1-1. Again, Ruoff bringing it quickly. That time it's a little high for the short second baseman, hitting in the leadoff spot for the Saints. Acquire a .360 average, 5 doubles, no triples, no homers, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Well, Ruoff wastes absolutely no time. Touches the rubber, and he's bringing it. The 2-2. Fastball, and that is a ball outside, and Ruoff looks around at his infielders in disbelief. 3-2, it's on its way, and a big slider that breaks off the plate. A swing and a miss, though, from Aguirre, and a strikeout victim, out number 1 in the bottom of the first. A good pitch after just missing the outer edge. He throws that hard slider that breaks late. And now with 1 out, bases empty, Braxton Burmis foul tips the first pitch for strike 1. Burmis, .485 on the year. 5 doubles, no triples, no homers, 15 knocked in, right-handed batter. Burmis, a senior, playing third base tonight, and the pitch, breaking ball, just drifts off the outside corner for a ball. It's 1-1 on Burmis with Jeremy Haynes. Left-handed stick warming up in the on-deck circle. That curveball stays high and inside. Now it's 2-1. Advantage to Burmis. Righty-righty matchup. Ruoff bringing it. And he missed it outside. It's 3-1. Ruoff, a multi-sport athlete for the Lions. The 3-1 pitch, and that's outside ball 4.
Number 29.
Good at bat for Burmis. He draws a walk off of Ruoff, and now he's at first with one out for Jeremy Haynes. Haynes, a left-handed stick, 345 on the year, 7 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs. Again, the wind blowing straight out to center field. And the first pitch a little high for ball 1. The pitch, line towards center, and that will drop for a base hit. Well, this inning looking very much like the top of the first with a walk and a single and 2 runners on now for the Saints.
Catcher, Aslan Nolan.
Lucas Collins was able to work his way out of trouble with back-to-back strikeouts of the 4 and 5 hitter. And that's pretty much the position Ruoff is in right now with runners at first and second, 1 out, and cleanup hitter Aslan Nolan. 257 average. 5 doubles, no triples, no homers. And the pitch, that's a fastball just a little high for ball 1. Bottom of the first inning, we're scoreless. Saints with Burmis on second, Haynes at first. Pickoff play to second. They threw it into center field. Burmis on his way to third. Haynes will hold up at first, but it's runners on the corners on the throwing error to second on the pickoff. And now you've got the go-ahead run just 90 feet away with less than 2 outs, just 1 out in the inning for the cleanup hitter. Looking to pick up his 14th run batted in this year, and if he can get it, he'll put the Saints on top here in the opening frame. Nolan will be playing his college ball at St. Francis next season. Here's the pitch. And that is outside. 2-0 now on Nolan. Haynes the lead off first. Burmis the runner at third. And the pitch, the runner goes. The pitch taken for a strike and no throw. Pump fake to second. A look at third. But it's a 2-1 count now on Nolan. But 2 in scoring position. Stolen base for Jeremy Haynes. Second and third, 1 out, the pitch, and it's lifted in the air to right, fairly deep. Back is Drudy. He reaches up and makes the catch, but he's got plenty of distance to knock in on the sacrifice fly. And the Saints strike first in the bottom of the first inning and lead it 1-0. Tagging up and heading to third is Haynes. Burmis comes in to score, and Nolan is picked up his 14th run batted in this year. So 2 outs with a runner 90 feet away for making it a 2-0 game here in the first inning. And it's Houston Ellinger, 294 average, 4 doubles, 3 triples, couple of home runs, 15 knocked in. Left-handed batter, and he takes the pitch high and outside for ball 1. Ellinger, a junior, takes another pitch off the plate, 2-0. Ruoff, the big right-hander, throwing to the left-handed hitter, and a swing and a miss by Ellinger on the 2-0. Haynes the lead off third. We've got 2 outs, bottom of the first. Big curveball, and it stayed high. 3-1 now on Ellinger. Paul Baumgartner taking his swings in the on-deck circle would be next for the Saints. Here's the 3-1, and it's fisted foul out of play on the first base side. Three balls, two strikes on Ellinger. Taking a moment for Caden Dole, the first baseman, to get back into the field of play. He's ready. And so is Ruoff. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. He's out of the first inning jam, but he does allow a run on one hit and one runner left. After one complete here in the 3A Sectional Championship at Garrett, it is Bishop Dwenger 1, Leo nothing on the PSM Baseball Academy Game of the Week. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Both teams get a couple of base runners in the first, but it's Bishop Dwenger that's able to push a run across, helped by an error on a pickoff play out at second base. And that's the difference. 1-0 Saints after one. And now Leo bats top of the second with hitters 6, 7, and 8. Coming up to face Lucas Collins, the left-handed pitcher for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. He'll wind up and pitch, and a fastball's a little outside. Ball one on Dole. 291 average. Just one extra base hit this season. That's a double. 15 runs batted in, and the 1-0 is up high, 2-0. A lot of times you see the early nerves and adrenaline in the first inning, but usually things kind of settle down from there. But Collins still up high with 2 pitches, now make it 3 pitches. He misses again on a fastball high and outside to the right-handed hitter. And it is 3-0 on the first batter of the second inning. Dahl waits. Fastball hits the glove, and it's a strike, 3-1. Kind of the automatic take on that 3-0. Collins with the glove over his face goes to the windup, and that's right down the middle, 3-2. Gary Rogers coaching at the third. Can Collins come back? The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 3 straight strikeouts for Lucas Collins. And Caden Dahl goes down for the first out here in the top of the second inning. Brings up Kellen Holbert. 279 hitting left fielder for the Lions. 5 doubles, no triples, no homers. And the fastball just a little high for ball one. A lot of pitches right up at the letters so far. Not getting the call. There's the curveball that breaks in to even up the count, 1-1. Michael Wimes, our home plate umpire. John Fry, the umpire at first. Timothy Clark working down at third. 3 umpires for this championship. In fact, we've had 3 the entire tournament here in the sectional. That pitch fouled out of play down the right field side. And it's a ball and 2 strikes for Holbert. Small right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Collins looking for his 4th straight strikeout. The 1-2 on its way. Way up and in. Little chin music for Holbert as he backs off. And the count even, 2-2. Infield straight away, outfield shading a bit toward the opposite field in right. Big gap out in left center. And the pitch. That's high and outside, and, well, that should be 3-2. Holbert has stripped off all of his protective gear, and he's got to put it back on because it was a 2-2 pitch. Now 3-2. Holbert back in the box, ready now for the payoff pitch from Collins. On its way right down the middle. He stands and looks at it. And that is 4 straight struck out by Collins. And there's 2 outs with the bases empty here in the top of the second. Got to get the bat off your shoulder. A lot of pitches right in the mid zone that the Lions are taking. So the batter is Dominic Reneker. Right-handed stick. And the first pitch, high and inside, ball one. Reneker, a .395 average. Not typical for a number 8 hitter in the lineup. 9 doubles, a triple, a couple of home runs. Also has knocked in 22. Collins looks in, gets the sign, and the windup. And that's in the air, center field. A lot of room out there for Baumgartner. He'll make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3, top of the second inning. Lions go down with a couple of strikeouts in the frame. And through 1.5, it is a 1-0 Bishop Dwenger lead over the Leo Lions on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Saints bat with a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second, the first pitch, a called strike on Paul Baumgartner, and pitch number 2. It's a good fastball at the knees on the outside corner, and quickly Landon Ruoff has jumped ahead of Baumgartner, 0-2. The pitch, foul tip, hung on to by Drudy behind the plate, and a strikeout of Baumgartner starts the Saints, bottom of the second.
Number 22, first base, Casey Piper.
Casey Piper, first baseman for the Saints, also a closer for Jason Garrett. Might see him work the final inning. There's a pitch that's a fastball just off the outer edge for ball one. 310 batter, couple of doubles, no triples, no homers, 15 knocked in, and that pitch, that clipped him. High and inside, and it just kind of deflected off the shoulder blades en route to the backstop.
16.
Just enough for him to earn the base on a hit by pitch. So with one out, there's a runner on for number 8 hitter, Lucas Collins, trying to help himself. Collins, a southpaw pitcher, but he will bat right-handed. One out. One on. Throw to first. Back easily as Piper. Saints with a run across in the bottom of the first. Lead at 1-0. And this one hit in the air toward right center. On his horse is Robinson, and he's not going to get to it. It'll short hop the wall. Heading into second with a double is Collins. Heading into third and getting the stop sign is Piper. And it's second and third with just one out for the Saints in the bottom of the second.
Shortstop, Eddie Miller.
On comes a courtesy runner for the Saints. And a gold number on a white jersey, not easy to see. I'm going to take a stab and think it may be Stefanik. Second and third, we've got one out, bottom of the second. Saints looking to add to a 1-0 lead, and a curveball that's fouled straight back into the screen for Eddie Miller. For Collins, that was his 4th double of the year. Second and third, the 0-1, and that's in the air toward the left center field gap. Long run for Robinson. He will chase it down and make the catch. Both runners will tag, and both runners will be safe without a play.
23, second base, Braden Garrett.
2-0 Saints. Sacrifice fly for number 9 hitter Eddie Miller. And so there's two away. A run in, a 2-0 advantage. A runner still at third for the top of the order. And Braden Aguirre. Ruoff will work from the windup. Swing and a miss on a high and tight fastball. 0-1. Aguirre struck out his only time up. Fastball heads for the outside corner but misses just off the edge, and it's even 1-1 for right-handed hitting Braden Aguirre. And the pitch, that's a curveball that stays high, 2-1. Well, Ruoff does not waste any time. No pitch clock necessary for Landon Ruoff. He gets the ball, gets the sign, and here it comes, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like a change on the outer portion. And he had Aguirre just waving at it. Here's the 2-2. And that's looped toward left center, and it will drop in the Bermuda Triangle between left center and shortstop. And a 2-out hit with 2 strikes for Braden Aguirre knocks in another run. It's 2 across in the inning and a 3-0 advantage for the Saints. Nothing fancy, just kind of reached out and made some contact. And a little Texas leaguer into no man's land toward left center. So now Aguirre the leadoff first for Braxton Burmis. Aguirre's off and running. The throw down to second, and it's a good one-hop scoop by second baseman Dominic Renneker. He applies the tag, and Aguirre out easily trying to steal. And that will end the Saints' second. But they do get a couple of runs on a couple of hits. Nobody left on base. As we head to the third, it is now 3-0. Bishop Dwenger leading it over the Leo Lions on the high school baseball game of the week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Leo finds themselves down 3-0 as they bat here in the top of the third. Don't forget the new PSM Baseball Academy, headed up by former Major League Baseball player Josh Van Meter. A chance to get instruction from a Major League talent for your child of all skill levels. Contact PSM Baseball Academy for more information. Collins starts the third with a fastball strike to number 9 hitter Ethan Drudy. 357 average, couple of doubles, no triples, no homers. The windup in the 0-1, and that is chopped foul over toward the first base dugout. Drudy a little tardy on the swing on that heater. A run in the first, 2 more in the second, and the Saints are up 3-0 with their ace on the hill. Collins with the pitch, and that again, a defensive swing. He just chops it the opposite side of the field. Still 0-2. Collins, a big breath, and the pitch. It's up high. After Drudy, it's going to the top of the order. Nolan Butcher, Alex Robeson, and Luke McDonald. Of course, for Leo, they want to get a couple of guys on for that middle of the order. Ball fouled straight back to us. Hit the screen right in front of us. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drudy. Lefty-righty matchup. The windup, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 5 for Lucas Collins. It was an impressive stat coming in with 77 strikeouts in 44 2/3 innings, and now through 2 1/3, he's thrown 47 innings and got 82 strikeouts. First pitch to Butcher is a breaking ball that drops in at the knees on the outside corner for strike 1. Butcher a fly ball to right. He's 0 for 1 back in the first. The 0-1 on its way. Another breaking ball, and that's a called strike on the inside corner. Butcher turns and asks the home plate umpire where it was. Check of the sign, the windup, and the 0-2. That's grounded to short. Up with it is Miller, and his throw over to first is in time, and it's a 6-3 putout. Butcher retired, 2-away, bases empty for Alex Robinson. Robinson drew a 4-pitch walk his first time up in the first inning. Batting here in the top of the third with the Saints leading at 3-0. The pitch, breaking ball, and it's a good one on the inside corner for strike 1 on Robeson. 315 batter, 4 doubles, no triples, a home run, and a swing and a miss at the fastball. And quickly, Collins has gotten ahead of Robeson, 0-2. Working from the third base side of the rubber, the 0-2 pitch. And that is a fastball that's popped in the air. Right side of the infield, first baseman Casey Piper calling, and he dropped it. Off the glove and to the turf. A missed pop-up is an error on the first baseman. And Robinson aboard with 2 outs for Luke McDonald. Well, all McDonald did on Saturday was come up in the bottom of the 7th inning and hit a 2-run walk-off homer in that 8-7 Leo win. There's a grounder through the hole on the right side of the infield into right field for a base hit. And the runner, Robinson, had to hold up to let that bouncer go through so it didn't hit him. And so he's only able to make it to second base, but a little 2-out rally going for the Leo Lions as they bring up their cleanup hitter, Landon Ruoff. Well, he could tie up this game in a hurry with the wind blowing out. The 6'5" left-handed stick against the southpaw, Lucas Collins. Ruoff a strikeout looking on a pitch away back in the first. The stretch, the pitch, that's outside, ball 1. With 2 outs and the base is empty, an error on a pop-up has opened the door for Leo. Now can they strike? The pitch, that's outside, 2-0. McDonald stays hot. He's down at first base after his second single of the game. Hitters count for a big home run stick. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 on. And the pitch. It's out. Nope, that caught the... Boy, they have called some pitches that look like they're off the outside corner, and they have called them strikes on Ruoff, and that's 2-1. Ruoff will reset. Robinson the leadoff second. McDonald leadoff first. The look of the runners and the 2-1 pitch on its way. Hard hit, 2 hops past the shortstop Miller, and rounding third Robinson. He's going to come in to score. Lions on the board with an unearned run here in the top of the third. It's now 3-1.
Number 6 catcher Patrick Drudy.
Miller didn't want to get in front of that hard hit low grounder that skipped a couple of times and shot right past him. Not sure, because they don't have errors on the board, how they ruled that one. Base hit for Ruoff, so he'll pick up an RBI, his 53rd of the year. Crazy number. And you still have 2 on board for Patrick Drudy, who's hitting .423.
Let me know when you're there. I'll like you get that out of the way.
Stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Power against power with a fastball that Drudy cut right through. McDonald at second. Ruoff getting a courtesy runner at first. 3-1 game, bottom of the third, 2 outs. 0-1 count on number 5 hitter Patrick Drudy. Struck out looking in the first. And the pitch. Check swing, a fastball on the outside corner, and quickly Collins has jumped in front of Drudy. 0-2. One run across, 2 runners on, 2 outs, top of the third, and timeout called by the batter, Patrick Drudy. Beautiful night. We would have bright blue skies if it wasn't for the smoke coming from Canada. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss on an elevated fastball. Just blew it by him. That is the 6th strikeout of the game for Lucas Collins, and it ends the Leo rally in the bottom of the third. They do get a run on a couple of hits. They leave 2 aboard. It's an unearned run, but it does cut the margin to 3-1. Saints ahead of the Leo Lions as we head to the bottom of the third next on the PSM Baseball Academy Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. To the bottom of the third here at Garrett, trying to decide a sectional champion between Bishop Dwenger and Leo, and the Saints lead at 3-1. A run in the first, 2 more in the second, and its hitters 3, 4, and 5 due up. And the first pitch is a breaking ball, a little high, and then Ruoff follows it up with a fastball low and outside, 2-0 on Jeremy Haynes. Or correction, it's Braxton Burmis. The 2-0, that's a good fastball. Paints the black on the outside corner to make it 2-1. Burmis walked and ended up scoring back in the first. Good curveball on the 2-1. A swing and a miss to even up the count. Ruoff lines, and it's popped straight up in the air. Could be playable behind home. Drudy back, the mask is off, and the ball off his glove. And it's a new chance for Burmis. Drudy had a play, but just couldn't hold on to it. Right off the leather, about halfway between home plate and the backstop. So new life for Burmis, but still a 2-2 count as Ruoff brings it. And that's fouled right back at us. Count will stay 2-2 on the Saints' third baseman. Burmis, a .485 hitter. The pitch lifted in the air, center field. Can of corn for Alec Robeson. He'll make the catch out there in center. And it's 1 up, 1 down. Bottom of the third for the Saints. Saints scored 1 in the first, got 2 more in the second. Lions have just put up a run on the board in the top of the third. 1 out, bases empty. Jeremy Haynes. And that's lined over the second baseman, Dominic Renneker, into right field. And a clean base hit for the .345 hitter. His second hit of the game. He's now 2 for 2. And Haynes aboard at first with 1 out for Aslan Nolan. Nolan knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly to right back in the first. .257 average on the season. And the first pitch is a fastball just off the outer edge. Ball 1. Haynes the lead off first. Stretch, the 1-0. Haynes running. Pitch swung on and missed. Throw down to second, off to the third base side, and sliding in with a stolen base easily, Jeremy Haynes. That's his second stolen base of the day, and he's in scoring position, but it is a 1-1 count now on Aslan Nolan. And Landon Ruoff calls time, calls out his catcher. Just wants to make sure what the sequence of signs is going to be with that runner now out at second base. 3-1 Saints. We're in the bottom of the third inning. On a perfect night for baseball. Finally. Seems like this really is the best weather we have had the entire high school baseball season. Here's the pitch, and that's chopped foul third base side. Nice bare-handed grab. In front of the Leo dugout. Ruoff ahead of Nolan. 1-2. Fastball high, 2-2. Ruoff, a big right-hander with a 2.70 earned run average. And a changeup away, swung on and missed, and that is the second out of the inning.
Number 1, left field.
It's also the 4th strikeout of the game for Landon Ruoff. So 2 away, runner still at second for Houston Ellinger. He'll step into the left-handed batter's box, a righty-lefty matchup. And the pitch popped in the air, third base side, but it will go out of play. 0-1 on Ellinger. Jeremy Haynes, the runner out at second. I'll turn and throw behind him with the shortstop sneaking in, but Haynes back easily.
I got too close. No, I'm going to redo it after the season anyway.
The 0-1. And it's high and outside, leaving up the count 1-1. The 52nd pitch of the ball game for Landon Ruoff. Stretch, check of the runner, and the pitch. And it's popped up at the mound. Ruoff drifts back, and he'll reach up and make the catch himself. And that will stop anything here in the bottom of the third for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. No runs, a runner left on one base hit. And through three, it is still a 3-1 game. Bishop Dwenger leading it over the Leo Lions on the BSM Baseball Academy Game of the Week, the Garrett Sectional Championship on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. A 3-1 Bishop Dwenger lead as the Lions bat top of the fourth inning with hitters 6, 7, and 8 due to face Lucas Collins. And it starts with Caden Dahl at the first pitch. In the air, opposite way toward the right field line. And over is right fielder Houston Ellinger, who makes the catch, almost straddling the foul line for the first out here in the fourth. Saints scored a run in the bottom of the first, added two more in the bottom of the second. An unearned run came across for Leo in the third. That's where we sit. 3-1, one out, bases empty for Kellen Holbert. And a breaking pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Holbert struck out looking back in the second. The windup and the 0-1. He shows bunt, puts it down, but it's wide of third base. Will be a foul ball to put him in an 0-2 hole. Holbert, 279 average coming into the game. Long look in to get the sign from Collins. Now he's ready. And the 0-2. And a fastball, and that is tomahawk foul. A little late getting around for Holbert. Count stays 0-2. Collins brings the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss on a tailing fastball away. And it is strikeout number 7 for Collins, and there's 2 outs in the fourth. Dominic Reniker hitting number 8 in the lineup. Fly out to center is only time up. He's 0 for 1, and he takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1. The run scored by Leo was unearned back in the third inning. Fastball upstairs will even it up for Reniker. Collins, a left-hander, winds and delivers. Pulled the string and a swing and a miss by Reniker, and it's 1-2 on the Lions' second baseman. The windup and the 1-2 pitch, high and tight. Now does it go with the backdoor breaking pitch or fastball away after getting his attention with a pitch up near the eyeballs? The 2-2 on its way, and he did go outside, but reaching out, getting a piece of it, Reniker lifted it foul and out of play on the right field side. Collins is going to be a flyer in college. He is signed and ready to go to Dayton. And now he's bringing the 2-2. In the air, right field. Underneath it is Ellinger. And he will back up a couple of steps, make the catch, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fourth. We're halfway to deciding a sectional champion here at Garrett. And the Bishop Dwenger Saints lead it 3-1 over the Leo Lions on the PSM Baseball Academy High School Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Bottom of the fourth inning, Saints batting, and Ruoff is just about as quick with his warm-ups as he is with his pitching. Already a 1-1 count on Paul Bumgardner, who leads off the Saints' fourth. And the 1-1 pitch is high and inside, 2-1. Bumgardner, a strikeout victim in the second. Saints 3, Lions 1. And that pitch is a fastball high. It's 3-1 on Bumgardner, leading off for the Saints in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ruoff gets the sign. And the pitch. Good fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Bumgardner took a couple of steps like he was taking first base, but the umpire calls it a strike. And we've gone the distance on the first batter of the bottom of the fourth. The 3-2. Chopped up the middle of the diamond over shortstop Luke McDonald. Good job of scooping and on the run, making the throw to first, and there's one away.
22, first base.
One out, base is empty for Casey Piper. Piper was hit by a pitch, eventually scored in the second inning, and the first pitch a strike, 0-1. Talking to Coach Jason Garrett, called Piper his closer. That went up in the air and out of play behind home plate. Ruoff's ahead of Piper, 0-2. See how long Collins goes in this one with a 3-1 lead. Had a slider that gets wide of home and goes right past Drudy to the backstop on the 0-2 pitch. So it's now 1-2 strikes on Piper. Defense straight away, center fielder Alex Robinson a little bit toward right out in center field. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And that is strikeout number 5 for
16,
Landon Ruoff.
Lucas Collins.
2 outs, bases are empty for Saints pitcher Lucas Collins. He doubled and scored in the second. And he takes a pitch that just misses. High and outside for ball 1. Collins, right-handed hitter, even though he's a left-handed pitcher, and he takes one up and in for 2-0 count. With Collins' numbers, you would expect this 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guy, power guy, but he's only about 5'11". But a pretty impressive 1.57 earned run average on the season. And now the 2-0 pitch, and he takes all the way, and it's high for ball 3. The windup and the 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, taking all the way. Collins looks at it. That's now 3 balls and a strike on the number 8 hitter for the Saints. The 3-1, and that is a repeat performance. Another strike, 3-2. Ruoff trying to come all the way back, winds and delivers, and it's fouled out of play. Ruoff gets the sign, and once again the 3-2, and that's hit hard to left field, but positioned perfectly is Kellen Holbert, and that will line right to Holbert. He'll make the catch, a 1-2-3-4 for Bishop Dwenger. It's time to head to the 5th. The Saints leading it 3-1 over the Leo Lions in the Garrett Sectional Championship game, presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. It is still Lucas Collins on the bump as we head to the 5th inning with Leo trailing Bishop Dwenger 3-1. The Saints, the home team, in their all-white uniforms, the pinstripes, Saints across the front, gold numbers on the back. Gold numbers on white jerseys, one of my favorite combinations.
Number 13.
Say that sarcastically.
Ethan Woody.
9-1-2 to face Collins, with the Lions trailing it by a pair. And Drudy who hits in the 9 spot, but he's a .357 hitter. Struck out his only time up in the 3rd. Collins ready, and the pitch. Fastball high and outside, ball 1. The windup for Collins, and the 1-0 pitch is in. Nope, that catches the inside corner. Looked inside from our vantage point, high above home plate. But it's even 1-1 on Drudy. Slider is inside. That almost looked better than the pitch before. 2 balls and a strike. First batter here in the 5th. The windup and the pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner. It's even 2-2. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Curveball high and inside. And it's gone the distance on the first batter of the 5th for the Leo Lions. Drudy trying to turn it over to the top of the order with leadoff man Nolan Butcher in the on-deck circle. The windup and the payoff. Low and inside, a leadoff walk of the number 9 hitter.
Number 7, Nolan Butcher.
Well, for those of you that aren't aware, years ago, I was a pitching coach for Bishop Dwenger. And that wouldn't go over well in the meetings that we would have with a 2-run lead walking the number 9 hitter in the later innings. But Collins has the stuff to overcome. Runner on, nobody out, top of the order. And Butcher swings and fouls it off the catcher and back to the backstop. In fact, it might have caught a little bit of the umpire, too. Down at third, Braxton Burmis, he's respecting the bunt here in on the grass. Butcher waits for the 0-1 pitch. The stretch, and it's popped up out of play. Collins quickly ahead of Nolan Butcher, 0-2. Butcher's 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a ground out to short. Came into the game hitting .405. The leadoff first for Drudy. The 0-2 pitch. And that hit him right on the shoulder. And the pitching coach in me is not real pleased about that one either. So an 0-2 pitch that hit him in the shoulder. And 2 are aboard, a walk and a hit by pitch, and you're getting to the meat of this Leo order. You do not want to set the table for guys like McDonald, Ruoff, and Drudy. And I keep calling the number 9 hitter Drudy. And I believe that it is Ethan Woody. Drudy's the catcher. So the batter is Robinson, and he takes a strike. He showed bunt, pulled the bat back, and took a strike. It's 0-1. So Woody, the runner at second. Butcher, the runner at first. There's nobody out. We're in the 5th, and Leo trailing 3-1. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch showing bunt, and he'll go down and stab at one that was just about at the dirt. And fouls it on the third base side, and he's in an 0-2 hole. That's the one you needed to pull the bat back. Robinson, a walk and reached on an error back in the 3rd on a missed pop-up. Eventually, Robinson scored the only run of the game for Leo. A 3-1 Bishop Dwenger lead. Lions batting top of the 5th. A 7-inning game here at the Garrett Sectional Championship. Lucas Collins, the Saints ace, with an 0-2 count, goes to the stretch Robinson showing bunt, and he will bunt. Third base side. It's a good one, but it rolls foul. Went down the line and fair, about halfway to third base. It made a left turn, went into foul territory, and that will go as a strikeout. The runners will return to first and second. And Robinson down at first can't believe that ball went into foul territory. There's no dirt on the base path, so it's all grass between home and third base. That did look like it was going to be a fair ball until it got about halfway down to third and then just took a left turn into foul territory, scooped up by Burmis, the third baseman, and there's one away, but it is Luke McDonald. Lefty-lefty matchup with Collins on the bump, McDonald at the plate, and a slider outside for ball one. Woody at second, Butcher at first, one out, top of the fifth. McDonald waits on the 1-0, and he hacks at it, fouls it the other way, and it will be out of play down the left field line. And somebody out there made a catch. Now, if we were playing banana ball, that would be an out. Youngster made a catch on that fairly hard hit line drive that went straight over the fence wide of the third base line toward left field. 1 ball, 1 strike on McDonald. The stretch and the pitch. That's up high, 2-1. Two runners on. They represent the tying runs. And a 2-1 pitch for McDonald. And he lifts it in the air. Shallow left field. In is Haynes, the left fielder. And he will make the catch for out number 2. Runners stay put.
17.
It's up to pitcher Landon Ruoff to try to help himself here in the top of the 5th. The first 2 reach, but then a foul bunt and a pop-up to left from off the bat of Luke McDonald. First time he's made an out this game. And now Ruoff, 1 for 2. A strikeout looking and a base hit. Knocked in the only run of the game for the Lions this last time up. The stretch, the pitch, and it's in on the hands. Foul third base side over his third baseman, Braxton Burmis on the run. At the warning track, he reaches and makes the catch. What a play by Burmis. Covered a lot of ground. There's a lot of foul space here at Garrett, and Burmis sprinted to that ball and made the catch in foul territory to end the Lions' 5th. No runs, a couple of base runners with no hits and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Saints leading it over the Lions 3-1 on the PSM Baseball Academy Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Heading to the bottom of the 5th inning, Saints lead it 3-1 and come to bat with hitters 9, 1, and 2 to face Landon Ruoff, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1 to Eddie Miller. Sacrifice fly to knock in a run in the 2nd inning. That's right down the middle. And it evens the count up 1-1. Ruoff ready. High and outside. 3-1. Ruoff will wind up, and the 3-1 pitch is high and outside. That's ball 4. I got a pitch behind on that at bat, but it's a leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter, Eddie Miller. Both pitchers walk the number 9 hitter leading off here in the 5th. And Gary Rogers is going to make the walk to the mound. That was the 75th pitch from Ruoff. And now Gary Rogers on his way to talk to the entire infield. It's the top of the order now for the Saints. And this might be dual purpose. Talk to the pitcher, but also make sure You know what the bunt play is going to be if he lays it down. Every run a big one now as the Saints bat in the 5th. Lions down to their last 6 outs offensively. High school baseball, just a 7-inning game. So Braden Aguirre will step in. 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a strikeout. First pitch is down low, and that throw to first behind the runner. He slides in safely. Umpire not showing us the count, but here comes the pitch. That's lined over the third baseman and down the line and left. Over is Holbert to cut it off. Rounding second, heading to third. He'll slide in safely. It's Miller, and out at second base, a double for Braden Aguirre. And the Saints trying to add to a 3-1 lead. Have second and third, nobody out, getting into the meat of their order. Second hit of the game for Aguirre, and that is his 6th double of the season. Infield in with Braxton Burmis at the plate. Burmis walked and scored in the first, flew out to center field in the third. Pressure situation. Leo can't let this one get out of hand with the pitching that Bishop Dwenger has not only on the mound but available. Here's the pitch, a breaking ball that just stays up high, ball 1 to Burmis. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Burmis at the plate, Ruoff on the hill, and the 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. Saints got a run in the first, 2 more in the second. Been scoreless through the third and the fourth, but threatening here in the 5th with second and third and nobody out. The 2-0. And it's hit to short. Caught on the line. Throw to third, not in time. But a bad handle line drive to McDonald at short. And that's 1 out. And the runners stay put. Big out for Ruoff. Now it is Jeremy Haynes, 2 for 2, a pair of singles. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Haynes came in hitting .345. It's Miller down at third, Aguirre at second. Saints leading at 3-1, batting bottom of the 5th. Haynes steps in, and the first pitch, and it's popped in the air. Into left, medium depth, camping under it, Holbert. Runner will tag, Holbert will throw, and it's cut off and sliding in with the 4th run of the game for the Saints is Eddie Miller. And that is some big insurance here in the bottom of the 5th on the sacrifice fly by Jeremy Haynes, and it's now a 4-1 Bishop Dwenger lead. Haynes does his job, gets it in the air deep enough to the outfield to allow his teammate to tag and score. And now the Saints up by 3. Still a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Aslan Nolan. The pitch, low and away, ball 1. Fastball off the outside corner for Ruoff. Big right-hander's gone the distance for the Lions. The stretch, curveball lined, and that's fair down the third base line. Heads into the left field corner. Rounding second base, coming in to score easily is Aguirre. And on his way to second with a double is Aslan Nolan, and the Saints now up 5-1.
Right field, Houston Ellinger.
The 6th double of the year for Aslan Nolan. And he picks up his 2nd RBI of the game and his 15th of the year.
R.J. Davidson.
5-1, it just feels like a 10-1 lead with the way the Saints have been pitching. With their left-hander Lucas Collins. And remember, they've got Casey Piper. They've got a lot of confidence in as a closer, ready to come in if needed. So the first pitch to Houston Ellinger is up high for ball one. Ellinger 0 for 2. Struck out, popped up to the pitcher. The pitch, just above the top of the zone, 2-0. 2 outs, runner at second. 2 runs already in for the Saints. Swing and a miss at the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike now on Ellinger. Started the day at a .294 average. A righty-lefty matchup, and that is hacked toward the right field line, and it will be foul. Got it in on the hands, and Ellinger pulled it into foul territory down the right field line. About 10 feet wide of the painted stripe. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Ellinger. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. The stretch and the pitch. And that is hit in the air, fairly well hit to right. Back is Woody at the wall, and he reaches up and makes a really good catch. 1 step short of the fencing out in right. That does it for the Saints, but they get 2 big runs to extend their lead to 5-1 through 5 here at the Garrett Sectional Championship. It's presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Time is running out on the Leo Lions. They now trail at 5-1 to the Bishop Dwenger Saints, coming to bat in the top of the 6th. Remember, it's only a 7-inning game, and Lucas Collins still on the hill for number 5 hitter Patrick Drudy, and a fastball just blown right past Drudy. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Drudy 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. And he takes one right in there for a strike, and quickly Collins ahead of Drudy, 0-2. Drudy had a .423 average. Tops on the Lions. The windup, the 0-2 pitch, that's inside. Backs Drudy off the plate. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up here in the 6th. Collins gets the sign. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
22, first base, Caden Down.
9th strikeout of the game for Collins, starting things off in the 6th. 1 out, bases empty for Caden Dahl. Right-handed hitter against the southpaw. Collins brings it, and it catches the outside corner, strike 1. The 88th pitch of the game for Collins. The windup, the 0-1. That's up high. Dahl a strikeout and a fly out to right. He's 0 for 2. The pitch. Fooled on the changeup. A weak swing by Dahl, and he's in a 1-2 hole against Collins. Defense pretty much straight away for Dahl. And the 1-2 on its way, and that's lifted to right field. Camping under it is Ellinger. He'll make the catch for out number 2.
Number 10, left field, Kellen Albert.
2 up, 2 down, and we're down to the last 4 outs for Leo. They're down by 4, batting in the top of the 6th inning. Dwenger 5, Leo 1. A single unearned run scored in the 3rd for the Lions. So it's Kellen Holbert steps in at the right-handed batter's box, swings late on a fastball, 0-1. A windup and the 0-1, a changeup outside. Evens the count up 1-1 for Holbert, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove. And Collins looking for his 10th strikeout in the game as a 1-2 count on Holbert. The windup and the 1-2 fouled straight back into the screen behind home. We'll do it again. Now, I'm sure the Dwenger coaches have looked at the lineup card and thought if you can get through this one, 1, 2, 3, you could probably avoid the meat of that lineup in the 7th. Swing and a miss at the 1-2. The 10th strikeout of the game for Lucas Collins ends the Lions' 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 6th, the Saints lead it 5-1 over the Leo Lions in the Garrett Sectional Championship game presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Saints bat, bottom of the 6th, looking to add some insurance already with a 5-1 lead over Leo. And as has been the case most of the night, Landon Ruoff gets out there, a couple of tosses, he's ready to go, and already a 2-0 count on Paul Baumgartner, who starts the Saints 6th. And that pitch misses high and inside. Now it's 3-0. Baumgartner is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a walk, and the 3-0 is in there for a strike, 3-1. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Saints. The pitch popped in the air. Is it going to stay playable? Foul ground over on the first base side. Over is Drudy. He slides but can't quite get it. As we said here at Garrett, a lot of room in foul ground. The dugout's well off the foul line, so got a lot of ground to cover. Drudy, a sprint, went to the slide to try to catch it, but the ball hit the ground before he could get there. But it is now a 3-2 count as Ruoff tries to come all the way back from the 3-0 hole. The windup and the pitch. And that's in the air, right field. Woody charges and then slides and makes the catch. Out number 1 here in the 6th. Looking ahead to the Lions' 7th, they are going to have 8, 9, and 1 due to face Lucas Collins. Now we've got a pinch hitter, I believe. Jason Garrett, talking to our home plate umpire, is going to send Samuel Musselman up to pinch hit for Casey Piper. Now, one thing that does allows Piper to warm up in the bullpen. He's the closer, as Jason Garrett identified him when I talked to him last night. First pitch a little low for ball 1. The pitch. Foul tip into the catcher's glove, and that evens it up 1-1 on Musselman. Musselman, a sophomore, off the Saints bench, batting for Piper. In the dirt, 2-1.
Musselman does have 7 hits on him, 4 RBIs.
Landon Ruoff has gone the distance for the Lions, and a breaking ball swung on and missed, and it's even 2-2 on the pinch hitter, Samuel Musselman. 5-1 game. Saints lead it as they bat in the bottom of the 6th. And that pitch just off the outside corner, almost a cutter. Started it on the outside edge, and then it just cut off the plate. And a breaking pitch, foul tip on the 3-2, and we'll do it again. Well, we'll see what Jason Garrett does if Piper comes out and starts the 7th. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Got a battle between Ruoff and the sophomore pinch hitter. Musselman just a Small-bodied right-handed batter, and the 3-2. Chopped at the plate and foul. Well, the pitch count now over 100. We're at 102 for Ruoff. And Musselman making him work here. The 3-2, swing and a miss. And Ruoff strikes him out. So 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. Saints already lead it 5-1. And it's Lucas Collins, the Saints starting pitcher. Collins a double and scored a run back in the 2nd. He is 1 for 2. Hit the ball on the button on a line out to left his last time up. First pitch misses low and away. 1-0. Ruoff gets the sign and the 1-0 pitch. Big breaking ball that buckled his knees and gets called a strike. And Ruoff evens it up 1-1. Fastball, and he blew it by Collins. Little attitude behind that fastball. The 1-2. And he paints the black and caught Collins looking. And another strikeout. Ends the bottom of the 6th, but we go to the 7th. Last chance for the Leo Lions. They trail it 5-1 to the Bishop Dwenger Saints as the Saints try to lock up a sectional title. We'll find out if they do it next. This is high school baseball presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. The last chance for the Leo Lions as we head to the 7th inning here at Garrett. The Lions trail the Bishop Dwenger Saints 5-1, and will send up hitters 8, 9, and 1. And it is still Lucas Collins, the left-hander, on the mound. He'll start this inning with 102 pitches already thrown in the game. Trying to finish it off. 10 strikeouts in the game for Collins. And the first batter, Dominic Renneker, steps into the right-handed batter's box, and the first pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Renneker, .395 average starting the game, but he's got a couple of flyouts. He's 0 for 2. The windup and the 0-1, and that's popped in the air. On the infield, second baseman Braden Aguirre calls, and behind second base makes the catch for out number 1.
13, right field, Ethan Woody.
Ethan Woody, number 9 hitter. 0 for 1, a strikeout, reached on a walk his last time up. Right-handed hitter against the southpaw. Collins looks for his 7th win of the year. Only run so far for Leo, an unearned run scored in the 3rd. The windup and the pitch. That catches the outside corner on a fastball for strike 1.
Got a good start right there, Lucas Collins with the pitch on the outside corner. You know Collins wants to get this complete game.
The 0-1, curveball up top. Evens it up 1-1 on Woody. It's the top of the order next. 1 out, we're in the 7th. The pitch, swing and a miss. Some elevated heat. Good arm side action with that tail. Looking for his 11th strikeout of the game. He's got him in a 1-2 hole, and he'll go to the windup and the pitch. Tried to blow a fastball right past him up high, but it is laid off by Woody. 2-2. Shake of the head, affirming the pitch, and here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 11 for Collins, and 1 out away from claiming a sectional title.
Nolan Butcher.
Top of the Leo order. Bases empty, 2 outs. A 5-1 Bishop Dwenger lead, and Nolan Butcher bats for the 4th time. He's 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. 0 for 2 and hit by a pitch. And he takes a fastball right at the knees for strike 1. Collins gets the sign, trying to finish it off. 2 outs. We're in the 7th, and a fastball that paints the black, and it's 0-2 now on Butcher. Down to their last strike. Collins looks in, gets the sign. The windup, the 0-2 on its way, and it's called strike 3 in the inside corner. Ball game, 12th strikeout for Lucas Collins, and the Bishop Dwenger Saints are the Garrett Class 3A Sectional Champions. The final, Bishop Dwenger 5, Leo 1. What a game for Collins. Ends up going the distance. Gives up just an unearned run in the 3rd inning. And has 12 strikeouts. We'll come back, talk about this post game as the Saints are marching on after a win here in the sectional championship against the Leo Lions. The Saints improved to 23-8, while Leo falls and ends their season at 22-6. Post-game show comes up next. This is high school baseball presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. What a performance for the Bishop Dwenger lefty Lucas Collins, who goes with a complete game and a 5-1 win over the Leo Lions. The numbers for Collins: 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, a couple of walks and a hit by pitch. He retired the last 8 he faced and struck out 12 in improving to 7-2 on the year. And he's lowered his ERA from the 1.57 that he came into the game with. Big bounce back for Bishop Dwenger. They did not play particularly well in their first couple of games of this sectional, but they played very well tonight, and they defeat a very good Leo team 5-1. And for the Saints, they score a run in the first. They had 2 more in the second. They jumped out 3-0 on the Lions. Lions got an unearned run in the top of the 3rd to make it 3-1, but that's as close as they would come because 2 runs in the 5th for Bishop Dwenger put this one out of reach. And the Saints are the Garrett Sectional 3A champions with a 5-1 victory. We will take a final timeout, and we'll come back and wrap it up. Here at Garrett, you're listening to high school baseball presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.